Llegamos al final. Join us on a rigorous step-by-step journey to fluency. I'm Timothy, and this is LearnCraft Spanish. Let's use a big quiz to practice everything we've learned this week. We've reached the end of our 250-episode journey through all the essentials of Spanish. And if you're interested in going deeper, go to learncraftspanish.com or stick around to the end of today's episode to hear some options for taking your Spanish to the next level. For now, here's our final quiz. If you want to learn a lot, you have to travel.
Si quieres aprender mucho, tienes que viajar. Si quieres aprender mucho, tienes que viajar.
I had fresh coffee for breakfast.
Desayuné café fresco. Desayuné café fresco.
If you put the food in the fridge, it's going to be cold.
Si pones la comida en la nevera, va a estar fría. Si pones la comida en la nevera, va a estar fría.
They have breakfast together, but have dinner alone.
Desayunan juntos, pero cenan solos. Desayunan juntos, pero cenan solos.
She wrote the letter on purple paper.
Escribió la carta en papel violeta. Escribió la carta en papel violeta.
She doesn't have dinner unless the table is clean.
No cena a menos que la mesa esté limpia. No cena a menos que la mesa esté limpia.
He had something cheap for dinner.
Cenó algo barato. Cenó algo barato.
They had for lunch what was in the refrigerator.
Almorzaron lo que estaba en el refrigerador. Almorzaron lo que estaba en el refrigerador.
He doesn't want to read what you have written.
No quiere leer lo que has escrito. No quiere leer lo que has escrito.
In this one, the pink one is masculine. Take the pink one. It's clean.
Toma el rosa, está limpio. Toma el rosa, está limpio.
She's reading in the kitchen.
Está leyendo en la cocina. Está leyendo en la cocina.
My friend travels and learns a lot.
Mi amigo viaja y aprende mucho. Mi amigo viaja y aprende mucho.
The food is already lukewarm, and I don't want it to be cold.
La comida ya está tibia y no quiero que esté fría. La comida ya está tibia y no quiero que esté fría.
Learn how to have lunch at home. It's cheaper.
Aprende a almorzar en casa. Es más barato. Aprende a almorzar en casa. Es más barato.
They travel every week and have lunch there.
Viajan todas las semanas y almuerzan ahí. Viajan todas las semanas y almuerzan ahí.
The toilet in his apartment is gray.
El inodoro en su apartamento es gris. El inodoro en su apartamento es gris.
If he has breakfast there, he can use the shower.
Si desayuna ahí, puede usar la ducha. Si desayuna ahí, puede usar la ducha.
We never use that furniture to have dinner.
Nunca usamos esos muebles para cenar. Nunca usamos esos muebles para cenar.
We have dinner with our friends in the dining room on Fridays.
Cenamos con nuestros amigos en el comedor los viernes. Cenamos con nuestros amigos en el comedor los viernes.
I'll see you at the old yellow building.
Te veré en el edificio antiguo y amarillo. Te veré en el edificio antiguo y amarillo.
You have to walk slowly because the floor is wet.
Tienes que andar despacio porque el piso está mojado. Tienes que andar despacio porque el piso está mojado.
She only reads short stories sitting on the couch.
Solo lee historias cortas sentada en el sofá. Solo lee historias cortas sentada en el sofá.
I had lunch with him when I was traveling.
Almorcé con él cuando estaba viajando. Almorcé con él cuando estaba viajando.
He only writes at his desk.
Solo escribe en su escritorio. Solo escribe en su escritorio.
She has to write about her home.
Tiene que escribir sobre su hogar. Tiene que escribir sobre su hogar.
I have traveled a lot and I learned different things.
He viajado mucho y aprendí cosas diferentes. He viajado mucho y aprendí cosas diferentes.
I have breakfast in the kitchen at my flat.
Desayuno en la cocina en mi departamento. Desayuno en la cocina en mi departamento.
Please use the sink before having breakfast.
Por favor, usa el lavamanos antes de desayunar. Por favor, usa el lavamanos antes de desayunar.
The bathtub is wide and brown. I don't like it.
La bañera es ancha y marrón. No me gusta. La bañera es ancha y marrón. No me gusta.
Write him a letter when you travel.
Escríbele una carta cuando viajes. Escríbele una carta cuando viajes.
The wardrobe is narrow and short. I can't put clothes there.
El armario es estrecho y corto. No puedo poner ropa ahí. El armario es estrecho y corto. No puedo poner ropa ahí.
I read the book slowly to be able to understand it.
Leí el libro despacio para poder entenderlo. Leí el libro despacio para poder entenderlo.
She wants me to travel there, but my car is slow.
Ella quiere que yo viaje ahí, pero mi auto es lento. Ella quiere que yo viaje ahí, pero mi auto es lento.
I'm reading the same book that you're reading.
Leo el mismo libro que lees. Leo el mismo libro que lees.
The food was expensive, but at least it's hot.
La comida fue cara, pero al menos está caliente. La comida fue cara, pero al menos está caliente.
The rent of the flat is too expensive.
El alquiler del departamento es demasiado caro. El alquiler del departamento es demasiado caro.
Read what I wrote and tell me if you like it.
Lee lo que escribí y dime si te gusta. Lee lo que escribí y dime si te gusta.
Did you learn how to get to the apartment?
¿Aprendiste cómo llegar al apartamento? ¿Aprendiste cómo llegar al apartamento?
I haven't read it, so I haven't learned it yet.
No lo he leído, así que no lo he aprendido aún. No lo he leído, así que no lo he aprendido aún.
I don't want my home to be dirty.
No quiero que mi hogar esté sucio. No quiero que mi hogar esté sucio.
The food is dry. I need something to drink.
La comida está seca. Necesito algo para tomar. La comida está seca. Necesito algo para tomar.
For more practice with all of this, go to lcspodcast.com/250. There, you'll find our entire catalog of lessons from 1 to 250, including supporting materials such as flashcards, verb charts, and more. To put everything on this show into practice, consider upgrading to live face-to-face coaching with our team. We'll be your personal trainers in the Spanish language and make sure that you're practicing everything correctly. You'll work rigorously through your weaknesses and turn them into strengths one by one. And our promise is that we will bring you to full fluency one step at a time, because your Spanish success story is what keeps us going. Next week, we're going to start this show over from the very beginning, but with some improvements based on our work with our students. If you know anyone who's interested in learning Spanish and you think they'd like our rigorous, evidence-based approach, this next Monday would be a great time for them to start listening to the show. And if you have suggestions for how we can improve, please write me a message at timothy@learncraftspanish.com. We'll consider making those changes as we re-release the entire series. This show is brought to you by learncraftspanish.com. A huge shout-out goes to our coaches Diana Sousa and Carla Barreto for meticulously writing over 15,000 Spanish sentence examples for the show. The Spanish voice in this episode was our coach Jimena Lama Rondon. Our music was performed by the Seattle Marimba Quartet, and I'm Timothy, encouraging you to do the hard work of learning Spanish. Acquiring a second language is one of the most fulfilling things you can do, so start your fluency journey today at lcspodcast.com.